So this is the beautiful thing, yet terrifying thing about AI. So today, I basically automated hours of my week away because of AI. I think it's probably, you should be trying to automate most of the stuff. When you think about it, eventually you're going to get to the point where there's two main things. There's a few main things that are your priority. Number one, it's health. Everyone is going to go back to health. The notion of abundance for all is going to happen. You're not going to care for money. The currency, there's not going to be dollars anymore. All that's going to take place. And there's going to be a few things. Number one, again, health is going to be your priority. You're going to want to live longer. Sure, there's going to be science coming out. You can take pills. All this stuff, yes, is going to be revolutionary. And you can live to 100 plus, 200, 300 plus eventually when we get there. That's all coming. And so right now you want to be automating the bull, crap, okay? Which is a lot of tedious tasks, a lot of all this garbage that we're doing on the day to day. You want to be automating away. So today I spent a lot of time automating that away. And I could really, you can start to feel how it's going to be when AI takes majority of the work away from you and it's doing it yourself. You're going to have a lot of time. Like again, today I can focus on my health. You go to the gym, you eat properly, you're not stressed out. There's no cortisol spiking. You get to live longer. You get to sleep properly. All these things that are fundamental to being human. Now we can kind of get back to the root of it, right? Which is like family, health, memories, good times, laughs, having fun. Right? And historically, obviously, business, it's still going to be very hard. Didn't really allow you to do that. There's a select few, yes, sure, a cohort of a few individuals that are doing it all. But with most people, business is very tough. But we're getting to the point where you can automate a little bit of that. So today I'm thinking, wow, right? And over the time, I've been playing with AI for a very long time, trying all the tools, automating stuff. I have a bunch of automations kicking off, a bunch of agentic AI systems kicking off that help me, right, on a day-to-day basis. And today, a beautiful day today, and you're like, wow, this is what it's going to feel like. But on the flip side, my friend, it's also very extremely freaking terrifying because a few things could happen. If you're naturally lazy, AI currently in its current form just amplifies who you are. So if you're a super hyper ADHD go-getter, just can't sit down type of individual, you're going to be producing so much quality, or it could be junk, but you're just going to create so much volume currently with the powers of AI. On the flip side, if you're super lazy, it's just going to pass you by and AI will take your job. As we can see right now, I just did a video, I'll link it here. We are currently seeing recession-like unemployment numbers, okay? And it's scary. And this is only the beginning. Now, not everything is attributed to AI, of course, but a lot of it is we're getting to the point. I think even some of the consulting firms are now looking into AI, looking for help. Okay, how do we actually do this? Right? So for instance, I'm helping a company right now. I'm helping a business right now automate their voice, right? Provide some voice AI to help improve the customer service side of things, right? So we're getting there. And so if you are lazy, it's only going to further amplify that laziness, and you're not going to want to touch anything related to AI because it's too tricky or it's complicated, or just Claude Code, that word alone kind of sways you away from it, right? And so you have to be super, super careful, because right now you can either take two sides, right? You can kind of push it aside and say, it's a fad, really, it's not going to do much. We're in a complete bubble. The spending is not going to go anywhere. And I can just get back to my daily job, and I'll be fine. That's one way to think of things. I wouldn't really want to go down that route. Or the other route is you actively, like you're trying to breathe, run towards AI and these systems in the current form, right? If you were playing with NAN, like last year even, it's night and day to where we are today, right? Like that stuff was like duct tape and glue. It's like pasting nodes together, all this stuff. Now we are entering finally, even if you're playing with Claude browser, yes, sure, it's slow and eats a ton of credits, but you're finally entering a realm where you're like, wow, I can actually see this thing doing a ton for me, as it currently does for me, right? And then you have Claudebot and all this other stuff, right, that is currently taking place. And you can fully, like, you can see the writing is on the wall. You can see where this goes. So again, there's two sides of the coin, right? And we can't all be sure there's going to be abundance for all. But again, if you're already lazy, this transition period that I have referred to constantly is going to be very turbulent for you. And you're going to have a ton of issues and a ton of problems with that current mentality. So either you run from it or you actively start participating with the tools, start talking to people and actually building community, because that's what's going to matter. And ultimately, when it can do all that for you, you're going to be in a spot where you can then get back to the main thing, which is health, wellness, family, friends, laughter, and fun. That is coming. But you have to do a few select things. And now with AI, it's a superpower. It's an absolute superpower. Just even using the LLMs, the basic functions of just prompting or doing any of this stuff, right? We're trying to actually help companies, their teams with this stuff, because it's amazing what it can do. And again, it's only $20, right? Now, if you're on the max plan, I'm on the max plan, it's like $140 to $200. It is worth it. And so you can save companies a ton of money. You can save yourself a ton of money. You can save yourself a ton of time and get back to what's really important. So pick your side. Obviously, you know my side, and I'm here to help navigate this plane ride we're on. It's already taken off. If you're not using these tools, you are already behind, right? I want you to understand this. You're already behind, because again, you're not waiting for the masses. The masses will not come. So there's going to be a select few. As you can see, there's already major players like Anthropic is currently dominating the AI landscape. So there's going to be, the inequality gap you're going to see night and day. And you can already see it with the productivity gap. If you're using these tools, you are essentially sprinting on the treadmill at speed 10. And if you're not, you're currently walking. And the people that use these tools are going to outlap you, and it's going to be absolutely insane. So the productivity gap is already widening, and the inequality gap is going to keep widening, because if you have the money, you're going to want to spend the money on these tools to get the productivity, to unlock the benefits. And if you're not, unfortunately, you're going to be doing things the old way. So again, pick your side. You know my side. I'm going to help navigate that. As always, my friends, subscribe. I will see you next time. Take care.